What's going on, folks? Friendly neighborhood old soldier coming at you today. Gotta apologize for being AWOL these last few days. Well, last week I've basically been in bed most of the day, if not all day, due to flare-up of my Gulf War syndrome, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue and pain. Take your choice, take your pick. I'm just gonna chalk it up to my time in the Gulf War. I just haven't been motivated to do any videos. I figured I'd get one out today, just let everybody know how I'm doing. I just left the cardiac clinic for a stress test. So hopefully all that went well. Found out the results probably in a few days. But one of those things. As we get older, our bodies change, and some for the good, and some for the bad. But anywho, anyhow, anyway, it's for you, Brother Kyle. What to talk about? Well, quick follow-up on my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson. They got to Washington State. I might have told you this already. I might not have. Dadgum idiot. Guy just whipped out of subdivision without even looking. And anyway. Yeah, back to my daughter and her husband and my grandson. They got up to Washington State the week before last. Went to the first apartment that we're going to move into. Hadn't been there 30 minutes. Somebody busted the window out in their moving van. That was in Tacoma. Well, of course, naturally, baby girl calls. Daddy, I ain't staying here. I'm coming home. She had a right to be upset. I mean, on the fortunate side, the only thing I got was a purse of hers that had become an overglorified diaper bag. No personal information was taken. My son-in-law's pistol, which was under the seat, didn't get taken, thank God. They suspect that it was a tweaker, a meth head, a crackhead that frequented the area. Sad part was the apartment complex advertised safe, secure, no crime. And I mean, my daughter did her research. She called and called and called for weeks on end, talked to apartments and housing managers and people, and thought that they'd found one. Well, they put them on a third-story apartment to begin with. Long story short, it happens they call the Pierce County Sheriff's Department. Well, sir, you just have to file a report online because we can't send anybody out right now. And even if we did, there's not much we can do, seeing how you don't have the suspect. Well, okay. I have to forgive this thing is shaking. I don't know why it's shaking today, but it is. So, yeah. They promptly broke their lease, and they're dealing with those consequences. They're trying to fight that one too. But long story short, they found another place to stay in DuPont, Washington. Got them a little studio apartment, and seem to be doing well. So I thought I'd give you that update. Because I told my wife when she initially called, so I'll go up and get them. But I'd rather her stay. Says grandson needs his daddy, and she needs to be with her husband. But push come to shove, daddy would have rolled. Don't know how to got there, but I'd have got there. But he doesn't report to work till 10th of next month, so they got a few more days of scouting the place out and seeing things. They went to a Japanese garden yesterday in Olympia and had a good time. So, found a place like it was a doggy spa they took their dog to. So that's an update on the family, folks, that's out there. Now, said it before, I'll say it again. This whole mess that's going on over in Russia and Ukraine, personally believe the United States has not one lick of business being there. But with that being said, if we have to get involved, Congress better give our military fighting force every damn thing they ask for in order to accomplish the mission in short order. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. Mind you, the real trick of the matter is if Russia decides to attack a NATO nation, could we get involved? Yeah, that's the real up in the air. People are afraid Russia will go into Poland. I don't know. I'm not going to try and armchair, quarterback this. I feel for the Ukrainian people, not their government, people. But at the end of the day, I don't think the United States has any business getting involved in them. Furthermore, believe we need to pull out of NATO. We need to kick the UN out of the United States and send them back across the ocean to Belgium. Let them set up shop at The Hague, and go from there. And y'all have heard these, you've heard me talk about this before. It's nothing new on my opinion on these things to you guys, but just wanted to share that. But I had an interesting conversation with a young man coming to my house the other day, and he really made a valid point. He says, you know what? He said, I really don't hate Joe Biden. He says, you're going to hate me when I say this, but I don't hate Joe Biden. I said, well, no. Explain yourself. He said, well, Joe Biden's not even there. He's a demented old man and doesn't even know if he's crapped his pants or not, or if someone's wiped his rear end for him or changed his Depends underwear for him. He barely has the cognitive wherewithal to read what's put in front of him. When left to his own devices, he can't even construct a complete sentence, let alone offer independent thought on anything. The young man had a valid point. But he said, now, don't get me wrong, when he says I hated him because he was a scumbag, which is true. Joe Biden has been and always will be, in my opinion, a scumbag, along with his crackhead son and that whole corrupt bit with them, getting rich off of American blood. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that thought with you. We talk about how we don't like Joe Biden, but honestly, it's not Joe Biden, and I've talked to y'all about this before. Joe Biden is but a puppet, and if you were to look at him as in the sense of a sock puppet, if you were to see the arm stuck up his rear end, you'd find Barack Obama. And again, Barack Obama, sock puppet, you'd find George Soros' hand up his ass. Pardon my language. Okay? Not safe for workplace. Not child-friendly language. My apologies. But yeah. But he kind of had a point. We always say we're getting mad at Joe Biden for all his BS, but really, not Joe Biden. Doesn't mean you have to like. It doesn't mean you change your mind if you don't like him. When he was coherent and sane, he was an a-hole and greedy and corrupt, and a pedophile. Oh, you said that about a sitting president of the United States? Yeah, I darn sure did. Go back and look in history. Joe Biden was his babysitter when his boys were young. Look it up. Of course, his first wife died, and eventually they would go on to get married. That's a little creepy, though. Of course, Joe's always been creepy like that. So, just thought I'd share that one with you. Tell me what y'all think down in the comments below. And, whether you're hot or cold for the man, I give a rat's rear end. Personally, I'm really surprised they have kept him in office this long, but then again, I'm not, because it's kind of become evident that they don't want the cackling hen to hold the seat either. So I think their deal is, how do they get rid of them both and make it look like different things. Mark my words, okay? They don't want her sitting in the presidency because she's incompetent, ignorant, and a buffoon. And but I don't think she'll take to having an arm stuffed up her rear end to be a sock puppet either. That's the other thing with her. And then she's got no sense of political sensitivity, you know, cackles at everything. And I mean, it's just, if you wanted to torture me, put me in a locked up room and have her cackling recorded 24/7. I guarantee in a day or two I'll crack tell you anything you want to know. That's how bad I can't stand to hear her speak or laugh. But anywho, anyhow, anyway, once more from you, Brother Kyle. Until the next time I get one out, folks, God bless. Stay safe, take care, keep your eyes open, keep your ears to the ground. Stay vigilant, my friends, stay armed. God bless, take care, soul, soldier out.